Becky from Canterbury Trails Farm. Today I'm finally processing a bunch of coneflower that I have been drying over the last couple of weeks. Actually, it's been longer than that because I've been bringing in about 2 to 5 real pretty big coneflowers every day for the last couple months. So they've been spread out drying, and then as they've been dried, I've just been chunking them in this bowl. So today I'm finally processing them. And what I do is I have a bunch of the there's leaves in here too. I don't save as many leaves as I do flowers, but I do have some. So I'm putting those in one bowl, and I'm going to chop those up finely. And then I'm removing the petals, and you do have to hold these underneath the flowers because the seeds, when they are dry, they're like needles and they hurt like the dickens when you poke yourself with them, especially if you get them under your fingernails. It's not fun. But I'm just pulling the petals off, the dried petals, and then I have the seed pods, and I'm putting them over here. Later I'm going to go through the seed pods, and I'm going to remove the seeds and put those in a jar, and I'll be taking those out to the farm and trying to seed a large patch. The reason why I use so many of these, and this is, now I never can say this right, Echinacea, and so I just call them by the easy name, which is coneflowers, and they come in different purples and pinks, and they're all basically the same. They have a lot of medicinal value. The roots are really good, but so I try to harvest maybe 1 or 2 big plants with the roots, but obviously once you dig them up, that plant is done and will not grow back the next year. So I'm hesitant to dig up too many roots. But so you have the roots, and you have the petals, and you have the leaves. And like I said, I use less leaves than the petals and less roots and everything else because of just the situation around it, not knowing to kill the plant. So I keep most of my herbs in these darker colored jars. The green, the purple are really good, and they're labeled. I just have like little handmade labels, and I use the coneflower in lots of flu and cold recipes. We use a lot of what my kids and my husband call mama goop, which is like an elderberry syrup that we use to treat colds in the wintertime, in the fall, whenever we have colds, mostly in the wintertime. And you just use a lot of coneflower in there. It has a lot of really good antibacterial, viral fighting properties. And so and the reason why I sort of do this all at once is because it is a little time consuming. I'm gingerly picking off the petals without stabbing myself. So this isn't something that I want to do every day. So like I said, I save it up till I have a sufficiently large bowl, and then I go through and I do it all at once. Processing, as you see, I'm just going to pick these up without stabbing myself. Really good examples of how sharp these seed pods are. So I'm just going to continue pulling off these petals, and then I'm going to process these leaves. So let me finish up these petals, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I process the leaves, and then we'll mix those in. And then we will also process these seeds. Sometimes I just I'll try to knock as much off of the little seed pods as possible and put those separately in a jar, and then sometimes I'll just throw the smaller seed pods, I just throw them all into one jar together, and I'll just dump those into the ground, and what grows, grows, what doesn't, doesn't. But I have quite a lot of seeds here, so I am really hopeful that I can get a good patch going up at the farm. Let me add a note about how I usually do. You can hang sometimes I'll hang bunches of flowers, and I just have like a coat hanger, and I use clothespins, and I just rubber band a group of flowers together, and I'll just hang them. Usually from the ceiling in my pantry way up high where nothing is bothering them and it's dark up there. Or you can do, sometimes if I just have a couple, I have like a cookie sheet that I just keep some foil over, and I just lay them on there, and they will dry. And at the end of the week, I'll just, I'll have been adding to them, and I just put the newer, fresher ones. I try not to let them touch because I don't want the dry ones to get re-moistened. So, and as they're dry, I just clip off the stems and throw that in my compost bin that I keep here on my kitchen cabinet. And then I just throw them in this stainless steel bowl until I'm ready, until I have, like I said, like I have this great big bowl full now, and so now I need to do it so I can clear the bowl out again. So, okay, I have got all the petals off, and I'm going to just let you see. Here is a, I got squished. Here is a nice, fresh coneflower. Here's another one that I brought in today that's fresh. And here is the dried, so you can really see that they retain their color. I have the purplish ones. So this is all petals. Well, actually it's mixed down here at the bottom from my previous processing. But when you buy dried herbs online, a lot of times sellers will try to pass off more leaves than petals. When I look at something dried and I see more green than purple, I don't want to buy that because I want more petals than the greens. The leaves are easy to pick and process and chop up, and some sellers will use that like a filler. All my beautiful purple dried petals. So now I'm going to dump these leaves in this bigger bowl. And all I do, it's hard to do this, is I just cut them up, and I bunch them and hold them in a bunch and sort of push them to the edge. And then I just chop them up fine. It's hard for me to chop them up as fine as possible. It's because when I steep these in a tea, or if I'm using them in syrup, when they get boiled, if they're just already processed finer, they can just break down and you can get that good stuff faster than if it's just a big whole leaf. So same thing if you're using fresh, you might want to cut them up or squish them up in what's called bruising them, just to sort of release the moisture inside, so you start getting the good stuff that's contained within the leaf. And I don't cut up my petals because they're already small enough. And it smells really good. I wish you could smell it. It smells like a fruity tea. Here is finer than this over here. So I just want to get this a little bit more chopped. All in there. Just going to shake it up. Okay. And now you can see it's all blended up. And it already smells really good. So there's the processed dried coneflower petals and leaves. Now the seed pods. A little easier. There we go. Here we go. You can see the seeds coming off. Pop right off. And like I said, in here you can also see this since I cut most of the bottom. I can just pull these apart now. Ouch. Processing the coneflowers to use in herbal teas and syrups for this come winter, and I will be doing probably a couple different videos on making the tea bags, making the syrup for cold and flu season. And I just wanted to let you see how you process the different parts of the plant. So I hope this encourages you to plant some coneflowers if you don't already grow them. My elderberries and my coneflowers I use so much, and pretty. And you can go out and just pick a couple every day and let them dry and process them like I showed you. And they have so many uses. for fighting infections and colds and flus. And I hope this video will get you started thinking about if you just have a little bit of space, what beneficial herbs and flowers you can start planting to help your family medicate without having to go to the big farm. This has been Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Thanks for joining us. Bye.